Europe is a global hotspot for the wild animal trade, putting animal welfare, public health, and biodiversity at risk. To address this, animal advocacy and protection launched dashboards and a report in the European Parliament calling for an EU-wide positive list of animals allowed as pets.
I think if we're serious about protecting biodiversity, which we should be, because we have a biodiversity crisis, then we need to make sure that we don't trade species that are under pressure, that are being threatened. We need to make sure that we don't have these animals as pets, because by doing that we contribute to the hunt and capturing of species that are threatened, and thus we contribute to biodiversity loss. So actually we for sure need a positive list stating which animals you can have as pets, and all the animals that are not on that list, we really should have them as pets.
At EU level, we have a very fragmented situation. There are some member states who have legislations, others don't have, so we need a unified, a harmonized approach here. And most importantly, a positive list would, of course, enhance animal welfare, which is very important, but it also would help of protecting human health. Because wild animals have a risk of spreading zoonosis, and this would then not be possible in that way anymore. And lastly, it would also protect biodiversity. First of all, we would keep wild animals in their natural habitat, and in Europe we would help not to have too many invasive species which are threatening our biodiversity.
We need a positive list to regulate the wild animal pet trade. So what our dashboard is really showing is that the data that we have, it's a very concerning picture that it paints. So the wild animal pet trade, what it does, it risks animal welfare, public health and safety, as well as biodiversity. So a positive list, what it would do, it will reduce the number of different species that are allowed to be kept, ensure that the species that can be kept are very suitable, so the chances that they have to be rescued or that they are legally traded are really slim, which will relieve pressure from organizations like us.
A negative list bans or restricts certain species from trade, and that by default leaves thousands of species unregulated. A positive list flips the script. So it tells you which species are allowed to be kept and traded, and everything else is not allowed.
We are very invested in this whole legislative pushing governments at the national level as well as the EU level, because we take in the animals, we see firsthand what the negative impacts are on these animals. And we use those insights to be able to help inform regulative change and legislative change. So we have a holistic view of the problem. We certainly hope that the MEPs that were in the room use the dashboard. They encourage other MEPs to view the information that we've shared. We encourage the media to help push that message across as to that wild animals are not pets, and the need for the strengthened regulations here at the EU level and at the national level.